in the last 3 US presidential election, excluding the most recent one, if I were to add all the numbers up together for how many days it took to get to the cycle top, so from this line to the top of Bitcoin between every cycle, add those numbers together, divided by 3, you get your mean. It's approximately 389 days. If Bitcoin were to exactly top in 389 days post-election, it would be November 29th, 2025. Now I took the 392, 404, and 372 days, and I put those exact days post-election, and it lines up with November 12th, December 3rd, and December 14th. If we were to follow these numbers, we should expect a top sometime in November, December. Now I also have a different perspective as well here. I'm going to get rid of these numbers and I'm going to add the halving and these colors. I'll explain these colors in a second. Between each halving, we have about 526 days it took from the halving of 2016 to the cycle top of 2017. And then the most recent one, it took 548 days post halving to get to that cycle top. And then this is the most recent halving in 2024. Now if I used this exact 526 and 548 numbers, I have them both here. If it were to follow those numbers exactly, it lines up with September 27th, 2025 for a cycle top, or October 20th, 2025. If I grab an average of those numbers, it would be 537 days post-halving, and it would be exactly on October 9th. And that's what these colors are. They correlate with those days. And if I align those colors also with the recent cycle tops from post-election, we have a range of September 27th, 2025 up until December 14th, 2025. Somewhere in between these lines is going to be the cycle top. Those that are not familiar with that terminology, basically Bitcoin should continue going up, and then eventually somewhere in here it's going to reverse and it's going to be the end of this bull run, and we're going to go down for about a year straight until it accumulates again and eventually the next bull run happens. And this tends to be with the presidential election, so it's not going to happen for another 4 years, and as you can see, the bull run will be about a year after this election here. So we still have a long ways to go, but expect a cycle top in the short term of Q4, and then eventually it's going to be quote unquote a recession, and then a long accumulation again until that next bull run. And here we have Ethereum, which is finally doing something after shit in the bed for several months and trading sideways against Bitcoin for 3+ years. We're finally seeing signs of life, and we're about to make all new highs. Should expect anywhere from 10 to 15k, somewhere around there. You can see here ETH BTC looking wonderful. This is Ethereum's time to shine. After Ethereum is done sucking up the liquidity in the market, this is the chart that we want to watch. It's everything in crypto excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable coins against Bitcoin. So pretty much the altcoin index against Bitcoin. And this is what we want to see right here. Something like this is what's going to drive the mania into our meme coins and flow up. This tiny pump that we felt around the election was cute and all, but it's nothing compared to something like this. This is what we want to see. And if we get something even remotely close to this, you better raise your price targets for your altcoins, because it's going to be higher than you think. I mean, is there an argument for meme coin dilution? Absolutely. There's so many more coins fighting for liquidity, but at the same time, there's still going to be those few winners. There's still going to be those outperformers of the entire market. So just keep in mind, the end goal hasn't changed.